Liverpool 5, West Ham 1. And this is painful. This is very painful, and it's going to be painful. It's going to be a long, painful process that I really hope to God comes good. Because we got a lot of itchy trigger fingers, or twitchy trigger fingers, itchy trigger fingers from West Ham fans, from rival fans. And I understand the criticism. I understand the concern, the worry. It's not been a good start. And my big concern is the total lack of creativity. Listen, we'll talk about this game. I think West Ham were hard done by in places by the ref, but overall Liverpool deserved to win. We deserved to lose, right? That's a major story of the game. Did help ourselves going down to 10 men. But I didn't think we were that bad at the start for a portion of the game. A lot of people disagree with me. I don't think we were that bad. It was just those clear-cut chances we seem to fail to create. That is our big, big issue. You know, I thought we defended well in most parts. Some of the goals were poor defending. The first goal was offside. Just why can't it just click? Why can't we just get a new manager and we just hit the ground running straight away? Everything's got to happen the hard way. And I will say this again and again and again. Does not matter what happens with Lopetegui. I will never regret getting rid of David Moyes. It was the right time. David Moyes also didn't want to sign a new contract, by the way. It was his decision as well to leave. So let's not sit here and act like, he was pushed out. It was his decision too. But regardless, no regrets, whatever happens. If Lopetegui was the wrong man, it doesn't mean Moyes was the right man, okay? Like, those two things aren't mutually exclusive. It just means that there was another manager we should have got. But I'm not willing to write off Lopetegui. I don't care. It's still too early. We have not lost to any team that we are expected to beat, that we are the favourites in. We have not lost to a single team in and around us in the league. We have lost to Aston Villa, right, who are the favourites against us at the moment. That's as much as it pays me to say that. We've lost to Man City. We've lost to Chelsea, who have spent 1.5 billion, don't you know? And we have lost to Liverpool at Anfield. So it is incredibly harsh and incredibly unfair to write off a manager for losing those games. And yes, you have to take in the performances, right? And it's not like we've just come up short. Like, some of the performances have been really poor. I don't think the Aston Villa performance or the Man City performances were bad. Chelsea performance was bad. And this performance was patchy. I don't think it was that bad at the start. The lineup, I didn't particularly agree with. But I will say this, like, the subs seemed to work. I thought the subs helped. Like Souček in the 10, I still will never understand it. What are we expecting from Danny Ings playing up top with no creativity behind him? Is this what we're going to expect Füllkrug to do? Play in front of Souček? No, like, it's just doesn't work. So, Antonio comes on. Antonio actually played well. I've always said this. I think he'd be better off the bench, and he was better off the bench. But we're just struggling to get that ball back in the net enough. The goal we scored was an own goal. That is my big concern. We have to get this team scoring goals. We have to. Because, as I always said, you don't score goals, you don't win games. It's frustrating, man. It's so frustrating. Like, I wanted this to hit the ground running. I wanted to start off flying. And it's not going to be that easy. But you've got to give it time to click. You don't get a new manager in. And, like, you know what I mean? After 5 Prem games, 2 Cup games, you're sacking him. You know what I mean? Like, there was always a chance it was going to be like this, a transition. I can understand people being frustrated with the manager. And, like I said, I'm not all in. I'm not fully convinced. I'm not ready to sack the geese already. We sack him, and then what? If the new manager comes in and doesn't hit the ground running, has to take time to get the players up to speed, we sack him, and then we do it again. Like, what point do we go, You know what I mean? Let's try and have a decent sample size. I will judge Lopetegui on games like Brentford, games like Ipswich, Wolves, Nottingham Forest. Those are the games where I'm really looking at him in this stage. And of course, like, we want to go and be competitive with these other teams. Maybe not so much Man City, but like Chelsea. We shouldn't be getting smashed by Chelsea. And honestly, I think that was just the personnel. Like, Todibo looked much more comfortable playing in a Lopetegui system. He looked much more comfortable higher up the pitch. I thought Todibo, that was really vital minutes. That's a positive, really vital minutes for Todibo. Soler, still sketchy. I thought he's looked better. I thought he improved. But yeah, like, it pains me. It pains me. I wasn't expecting anything. Like, was anyone expecting us to get anything at Anfield? Was anyone expecting it? Because I wasn't. But I was just hoping we wouldn't get beat 5-1. And a lot of people was expecting it, to be fair. We'd be getting smashed. Like, I predicted 3-1 on Grizz's channel. But you don't want to see it. You don't want to see them sort of score lines. Creswell at left back. Why didn't he play Wan-Bissaka? Why do we need to rest players? We're not in Europe. This was it. This is, we might as well have played our best possible team. And we didn't do that. We're resting players and rotating players. This stage of the season makes no sense to me whatsoever. Creswell on one side and Soufal on the other side. Absolutely no pace there at our fullbacks. So they was getting at him, expecting Kilburn and Todibo to do the heavy lifting defensively. Oh, it will come good. It will come good. Believe. Brentford is key. If we beat Brentford, it's a different story. If we lose to Brentford, then we can worry. Not that Brentford, like, we've always had a hard time going to Brentford, but Ipswich, mate. If we don't beat Ipswich at home, I may have to speed up the process and judge him right there and then, because we really ought to be beating Ipswich at home. No home win in the Premier League. That has to be the first one, without a doubt. So, yeah, look, I ain't got nothing more to say, man. It kills me inside. Everyone's bantering me, but we just got to be firm and just be a little bit more patient. Okay, listen. If I finally do turn and call for this manager to be sacked, I will be secure in my conscience that I gave this manager a chance. And when I do, if I do ask for him to be sacked, it's the right time. But hopefully it won't come to that. Still backing Lopetegui, but time will tell. Brentford must win.